Good morning, second grade. Miss Fogelman here today for your math lesson. Let me share my screen. All right, so we have been working on partitioning shapes into equal parts or fractions of a whole. So before we start, I did want to review our fractions anchor chart. Remember, fractions show equal parts of a whole or set, okay? So they have to be equal because every person sharing that item or food wants the same amount as the other person. So we have been working on whole, which is when you have the entire shape or food or item, and then halves, which is when we partition it into two pieces, thirds, which is when we partition it into three pieces, and fourths, which is when we partition it into 4 equal pieces. All right, so today we will be working on coloring each piece of pizza with the correct fraction. So here it says color 1/2 red. Okay, so we have 2 halves, right? And if we put those 2 halves together, we get the whole pizza. But our instruction is to, and I have to get back to my slideshow to get it to work, is to color 1/2 of it red. 1/2 of it red. Let me see if that one looks better. Yep, that one does. So by coloring 1/2 of it red, we have followed our directions. And I could say, Miss Fogelman gets 1/2 of the pizza and Miss Dolby gets the other half of the pizza. So I would get the red half and she would get the white half. Now, this instruction says to color 2 halves red. Okay, so we have 1/2, okay, and we have 2 halves, okay? Doesn't fit exactly our shape, but let me see if I can get, oop, I thought maybe I could color the rest of it in, but it's not going to let me to do that. So we colored 1/2 red and then we colored another half red. So we have 2 halves red, okay? Now, what is another name for 2 halves? So if I colored 1/2 and 1/2, I have actually colored 1 whole pizza, okay? So if I've colored 1/2 red and then I color 2 halves red, right? That's 1 whole pizza. Now our direction here is to color 1/3 yellow, okay? So we have our 3 pieces, okay? That's why it's called thirds. We've broken this pizza into thirds. And now it says to color 1 of the thirds yellow, okay? So now I've colored 1/3 yellow. Now this says to color 3/3 yellow. 1, 2, see if I can find the correct one for this one, 3. So I have now colored 3/3 yellow. What is another name for 3/3? So now that I've colored 3/3, that's actually 1 whole pizza, right? So if I break or partition my pizza into 3 pieces and I eat all 3 pieces, which is breaking it into thirds, I have eaten the whole pizza. Okay. So on our next slide, we are supposed to label each picture with the correct fraction. Whole, which means it's not broken in or partitioned into any pieces. Halves, which means it's partitioned into 2 pieces. Thirds, which means it's partitioned into 3 pieces. And fourths, which is when it's partitioned into 4 pieces. Okay, so here we have the whole rectangle and it's partitioned into 1, 2, 3 pieces. So I would write thirds because that's 3 pieces. Here we have the whole rectangle and it's partitioned into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's fourths. And here we have the entire shape and it's sectioned into one whole because it does not have any parts sectioned. It's just one whole rectangle. All right, so that's it for today. Make sure you get onto Showbie and complete the Google form. Have a good day.